Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. This is Penguin Tech. As promised in my shorts today, I just wanted to quickly show you my ITX build that I'm temporarily using in my hometown during Chinese New Year. So this is I don't know, I think the case is called DFX, but I can't recall. I bought it like in 2019, where it was 200 ringgit, somewhere around between that, including shipping from China to Malaysia here. Yeah, including shipping, and it's I bought it because I wanted to bring this back home from in my travel case. So this case is a 7-liter case, comes with a nice finish handle, but other than that, the case body, I would say, due to the low price, it's pretty rough, to be honest. It's not brush. You can feel like fine grains on it, but yeah, it doesn't feel smooth, that's for sure. And these magnetic filters, I bought it myself. It has filters for these two sides here and on the bottom as well, but there are all holes like this. Maybe I'll just take this off for you to see. Yeah, holes like this. So even though this is good for moving air through it, you can see dust builds on it, so that's why I have this. But the problem is, if you install handle on top of this, you just can't install a filter unless you maybe cut it out, and you have to find one that's as big as this. So yeah, you have this power button here with two USB 3 front port and the microphone jack and the headphone jack here. So, and it's pretty light, very easy to carry. The weight is evenly distributed. Let me just show you the bottom of the case here, like so. And as you can see, I have a filter here, but it's not long enough. But yeah, this is how it looks like. All of it are perforated. Not perforated, got rectangular holes for you so that the air moves through. I see there's a bit of a hole here. If I'm not mistaken, you can mount a SSD on here in it, and you can see these rubber feet. So before I open and show you what's inside, let me show you the build here. In my other video, I already unboxed and reviewed this motherboard, the Jinyuan B40i Plus ARGB, and this is running on AMD Ryzen 3200G with Radeon Vega graphics, 4-core 4-thread, and I only have 4 GB of RAM single channel at the moment, because in the other video this one is unstable. This is another 4 GB, so I pulled that out. It was originally running in dual channel, not single channel, which really hinders a lot of its performance. Yeah, okay. Without further ado, let me unbox it and let you see how it looks like inside. It has 6 screws holding both side panels. This side for the CPU, the other side for the GPU. So I'm just gonna. You can actually detach this top panel also, front panel also, all of which are locked with the screws like this, which you can see is already becoming a little bit rusted because it's quite old now. But yeah, let me remove this panel and let you see what's inside, and I'll show the other side as well. So this is the side panel. These are interchangeable for both sides, but there is an indicator like this here showing you where to put it, and the finish from both sides are the same, so you can only rely on this to know where to put it. So this is on the front panel, and one thing I want to mention is these side panels are all held in by 6 screws here, so it's actually quite a bit of an effort to remove and put on the side panels and it's on both sides, so bear that in mind. And this is what it looks inside. I'm not good with cable managing, but you can see this is the FSP 650 watt Dagger SFX PSU, and this is the white motherboard, and I'm using a stock cooler for my Ryzen 3200G. If I'm not mistaken, this cooler clearance is around 57 mm to 60 mm, so I just use the stock ones. I think this is the stealth cooler, yeah. And as you can see, the PSU is actually mounted on top here, so there's a metal piece here. You have four screws that you can lock your PSU on it, and this is hanged by another two here that's locked, two screws here that's locked onto the top panel. So that means that whenever you want to remove your top panel, you gotta remove these two first, and then there's two screws here and another two screws on the back of here. Then only you can pull this top panel out, which makes it a little bit tough, because when installing this PSU, you literally this is literally hanging there. So I don't think this is nice. But you got your space on the bottom here to hide all of your cables and such. So this is how it works. Right now the PSU is in silent mode or energy saving mode. It's not spinning the fan because it's still cool enough. It will sometimes spin itself when it's under a bit more load, but it will stop, and then when the temperature is in control, and then it will start again when the temperature is a little bit high until it stops again. So it's kind of repeat it itself to preserve the noise level. And then you get to see this. One good thing about having many holes on top of it is you get to see your power supply switch, get access to your power supply switch here. So let's say even if you can't, so let's say if you put out, you finish installing all your PC build, but you forgot to push this button, you can use something to reach in and then push the button so that you can power on your PC. Pretty neat feature. And one thing I do notice is, I think this is typical with a lot of very small size ITX cable, is these PCI extenders. This is not installed because my RX 470 is spoiled, but I just leave it inside in case for future upgrades. But as you can see here, this PCI extender is under huge pressure of bending, and you when installing this, you still have to remove this top panel to pull this PCI extender over to the motherboard side, which is a bit of a hassle. So what I did is actually not remove the top panel entirely. I just unscrew these two and then lift this out a bit to create some space for me to put the PCI extender over. So that's how I use it. But you can see it is under extreme pressure. Even when I put my top panel down here, I can feel the pressure. This is pushing upwards. So I don't know if it's good for the lifespan of the PCI extender, but yeah, this is definitely a design that I don't like. Perhaps the case could spare a bit more space on top so that this PCI extender have a bit more room to breathe. But yeah, so without further ado, this side is done. Let me show the other side where my dead GPU is sitting. So this is the other side. I've already removed the panel here. As you can see, it's pretty dusty inside here. And this is the RX 470 that's not power on because it's dead, but I'm just leaving it inside. There's a PCIe here. Extender is right here. You can slide it left or right depending on your GPU size, but I think that's the standard size here. And you can see a lot of space here. You can actually mount another 2.5 HDD here if your card is very short, but not in my case here. And in such a build, you would definitely prefer M.2 SSDs, and all of the down here are extra spaces for another few more SSD. And this is where I hide all of my cables here. So as you can see, the airflow is pretty okay, I would say. But but it's not for those work heavy PCs. This is just for entertainment PC, light entertainment, like for you to run Netflix on your TV, stuff like that. In 2025, I would say 4GB and 1300G is definitely not good enough. I plan to upgrade this when I have the chance, but since this PC will be left at my hometown, I don't see the need for now. But when I return next time, and if I want to game on it, I do see it needs at least a 5500 GT, 16GB dual channel RAM, DDR4, and perhaps also a decent, maybe like a GTX 1650 external discrete GPU. So yeah, that's my plan. But for now, this is how it looks like, and this is how it looks like at the back here. So there's a bit of a piece here that's locked down the GPU. And for this kind of build, of course, it's good for you to get some sort of lower GPU, but in this case, it's still good enough. So yeah, I think if I had the chance, I would also change this case to a little bit bigger ones. I think like the Metalfish T60, was it, the 9-liter one, just so it has a bit more height for it to breathe, and you can install more fans. But in this case, my only dislikes about this case is one, the PSU placement, where it's literally hanging there. And one thing to mention is you can see this metal piece bend down already due to the weight of this PSU hanging there. And the other one would be the stress that they put on the PCIe extender, and then all the holes around it where dust can get inside your case, and then the rough finishes, and more work need to be done where you have to remove 6 screws to remove a side panel. That's not good enough for me. But yeah, for under 200 GB for ITX case, that's excusable for me. But if I want to build a next ITX PC, I would definitely recommend something better. So yeah, this is my build and temporary PC that I use to play Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail on here. But to be honest, the gaming performance is worse than Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Yeah, but like, given this age, I think this is like 6 to 8 years old tech already. I guess that's excusable, and this is also why I mentioned that I would prefer to upgrade it over time. But yeah, that's about it, and I hope you enjoy my sharing of my temporary build in my hometown here. And now, if you like this video, give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.